Hello, America. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my review of 90 Day the Other Way, Season 1, Episode 7. Okay. I'm so happy that the family Chantel is off because that means that I only watched 1 hour. Well, like 40-some minutes of a show. It felt amazing. It felt absolutely amazing. Married at First Sight about to be off. I went from reviewing like 6 shows to about 3. Okay, 3. Things are looking up, Sonny. Things are looking up. I want to let you all know that I'm not looking at you. I want to let you. My window is open and my fan is on, so if you hear any excess noise, just know that life is crazy. I woke up at 12. I know that that's really bad, but I've been waking up later than that. So waking up at 12 is a step in the right direction. I did go to bed at 3. So if I can go to bed tonight at 2 and wake up at 11, then I can go to bed the next day at 2 and wake up at 10. And I'll be set. I just need to start waking back up at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock because my body is doing something crazy. And it'd be okay if I if I went to sleep at 3 and woke up at 10. Because I could do that, but I'm not doing that. And plus, I stayed in bed and watched Beyonce because Beyonce knows female pop vocalist, girl. Stayed in bed and watched Making the Gift. So, anyway. So, we see Paul and Karine. They are, with the baby, and it's 2 weeks later. The house looks cleaner than what it does in recent videos. Because, it was a whole, basically, the tea is not tea, but it's tea. It's just like espresso. It's because it's a shot. It's a little, one shot of espresso. The espresso is that Paul and Karine do cameos. This is like where you pay somebody to give a special shout out to you. And I'm trying to think of, I would, would I be petty if Pedro was on Cameo and I paid him to look into the camera and say, "What you say?" That's all I want. I'm sorry. Anyway, what you do is you pay people to, give you shout outs. And in the shout out, the baby was playing with some hair. Not Karine's hair, not Paul's hair, just some hair that was laying around. And I guess that sparked people's, like, oh, the baby is in unsafe conditions. So they called CPS on the baby. Not on the baby, on Paul and Karine. And, boom, boom. I should have more information about that, but I kind of don't. But anyway, the house was clean this time. Karine looks extremely better than she did last season. Yeah, I know it's the eyelashes because I looked good with my eyelashes too. They coming back, y'all, very soon. Anyway, I'm sorry. But Paul's mother, whose name I do not know, is going to be there very soon. Karine tells him that he needs to help with the baby daily and she wants everything to be peaceful. He says, okay. She says now that her baby is here, the only thing she can think of is her baby and the future from here on out. So Karine is nervous because, she doesn't know what Paul tells his mother when he goes and talks to his mother. Okay. So his mother finally gets there to meet the baby and Karine for the first time. They live up 4 flights of stairs. And I'm like, damn, your mama ain't old, but she ain't young. 4 flights? Anyway, and they finally meet. They hug. His mother says that I know that you're a good mother. I know you're a good person, especially having to tolerate Paul, and Paul better help you. And what pissed me off is the fact that Karine knows English better than Paul knows Portuguese. Portuguese. And it's just like, get it together. She said, welcome to Brazil. And I said, I don't even know if Paul know how to say fala, Carini, fala. He know how to say fala. But I really don't think that Paul could sit up here and say, welcome to Brazil in Portuguese to anybody. Because, and I'm like, damn, y'all got a whole baby and y'all still using Google Translate? You still? Okay, anyway. If I was Google, I'd start charging for that service. I'd make boatloads of money off of Paul and Carini. Anyway, Carini, Paul's mother says that she's here to learn about Carini, and also she's here to bond with her grandchild because she doesn't know. Hopefully, she'll be able to bond with him because, there may not be trips, or if any, because this is the first time she has traveled out of the country. So Paul and his mother start to cry, and the baby just melts her heart. And that was the end of their scene. We know that Paul and Carini are in Kentucky, so maybe Paul's mother, I got an eyelash in my eye. Paul's mother, was like, oh, I need to see my grandchild, so helped with the visa process. Because I know Paul ain't got no damn money for it. Anyway, we see Corey. Okay. I think, okay. I don't know what to say. Anyway, he's been there for the past few weeks after his father passed away. His mother said that the father had pains, and then they went to the hospital. They found out his pancreas was inflamed. Then they told him he wasn't gonna make it. And Corey says he's torn between Evelyn and him staying there to see if his mother is okay. His mother says to follow his heart. And he's like, I do want to propose to her. And his mother is like, so if you propose to her, she gonna say yes. And he's like, I don't really know. Let me tell you something. Evelyn, I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Because I'm gone, okay? I just lost my fucking father. You think I'm going to take a chance? Because at this moment, at this point right now, this would be a switch. It would have to be a switch. I need to go to Evelyn and I need to say to her, listen, Evelyn, listen, Linda, we can do this 2 ways. We can do this 3 ways. 4 ways. We can either break up. That's way number 1. Because fuck you. You can either get a dual citizenship. Where is she at? Wherever she at. I can't remember where she at. Between your home and this home. And you can travel back and forth, live your life, take care of the bar, come here. We can both, get dual citizenships. That's option 2 and 3. 2 and 3. And then option 4 is you can just come here. I'm not going back there. I was there for 2 months and my fucking father is dead. You think I'm going to come back there and then I get a call from my sister saying my mama is dead? Hell no. Okay? So we can do the 4 ways that I listed. And if you want me to come there, then we just going to do option number 1 and break up. Because I don't really, but that's just me. That's just me. It takes me one time to see, oh, hell no. I'm not going to do it. Anyway. Tiffany and Ronald. So Tiffany and Ronald are going to go visit a public hospital because they don't have the money for a private hospital. It's this thing called, what is it called? Not responsibility, common sense. That's what it's called. It's this thing called common sense. And you think about it in this term. I just moved to South Africa. I've been here for like 2 months, 3 months. My husband is an ex-gambling addict. Number one. Number two, we don't even have enough money to move into one of the real nice gated communities in South Africa. Okay. And number three, I don't have a job. And even if I did have a job, I wouldn't be able to work a lot because I'm now with child. Okay. She says that she's been hearing all of these things about how the public hospitals are so bad, but she just looks at them in terms of private school and public school. Like, it's still the same thing. A public school isn't that bad. Girl, some public schools are bad. That's number one. Number two, if everybody from South Africa is telling you, who Chile, let me tell you something. This ain't it. Okay, this public hospital is not it. Why do you think, oh, it can't be that bad? Ronald said, look, public hospitals, may not take care of their patients, may not clean up the hospital. Somebody could have just bled right there and they ain't gonna clean it up. And it's just a lot of stuff going on. And they walk into it. The lady who is showing them around says that this is the maternity ward. It's a lot of beds. The lady says that they have 25 to 30 deliveries every single day. It's a very small room. You won't have privacy, but honestly, in a moment that you're giving birth, does it really matter who sees everything? I mean, it ain't like, I guess it's beautiful, but it ain't beautiful down there. So, anyway, it may or may not be a possibility that you will have a bed. You may not have a bed, but we try not to let our patients give birth on the floor. Okay. Then they say, well, Ronald can't be in the room because there's no space. So I know you need him to rub your back and do all of that, but nah. So she's like, oh my gosh, if he can't even be in the room, then it's crazy for me to even like think about, this public hospital. And he's like, well, private hospitals, I'm able to be in the room, is you have your own privacy, blah, blah, blah. But private hospitals cost money. Money is something that they don't have. Okay. So he says, by hook or by crook, I'm going to get that money. And she says she doesn't want all the funds. She doesn't want all the responsibility to fall on him because he might go back to the dice. Okay, the dice. He might. Okay. And he said he'll have the money come high or come low. I don't want to hear no gambler saying high or low. Okay. Because that's reminding me of blackjack. That's reminding me of Texas Hold'em. That's reminding me of roulette. That's reminding me of the slots. I don't like that. Don't say high or low. Okay. He says, don't worry about it. She said, I don't want to trigger him. Why were you so eager to get pregnant? That's what I want to know. Why were you so eager to get pregnant? Why? Why? But I think she had the baby in America. But, so I guess he wasn't able to come up with the funds. But I don't want your ass to come up with the funds. I'll just go back to America. As soon as that lady said that he wasn't even allowed to be in the room because there is no space, then I'm just going to go to America. Anyway, Tiffany is shocked. She's shocked that all of the things that people were saying about the public hospitals were true. Anyway, we see Laura and Laura. Laura's first day of the wedding is here, and it's like a big old party. She goes to see Liam because Liam is not in the room. And she talks to Liam, and Liam is like, he's too tired to go to the party because partying is not his style. Laura was like, well, I mean, it'd be nice if you made an appearance, if I would be able to dance with you one time. And he's like, you won't dance with me, you'll be dancing with Alan. So she says, Is there anything that Aladdin said? It seems like there's a wall between you all. He says, well, Aladdin is just like all the rest of the men. He says, you always end up in toxic relationships, and this will go south, just like all the rest, and then you'll come back crying to me. Laura says, well, you have to live and you learn. And he's like, oh, yeah, you live and you learn until you come back crying to me, talking about how you strong and independent and don't need a man. And I don't know. Maybe because I'm in the position of not having my mother anymore, that I wanted to slap Liam through the damn TV. Now, one thing I do understand is that, he did feel hurt that she got married and didn't tell him, and that, you're moving to a whole different country to be with this man. But at the same time, he said she wanted me to get a read on him, and that's the read that I got. And I'm like, but did you get a read on him? Did you? Did you? Did you honestly get a read on this man? Unless they showing us footage of y'all hanging out by the pool or something, and whatever. I didn't see any footage of you all hanging together that for you to say I got a read on this man. So when you said I have a read and he seems like just all the rest of them, I'm like, okay, I can understand where Liam is coming from, because if his mother has been in toxic relationships and has, followed the same pattern, and if he is doing the same thing, Liam said that he wouldn't let you talk and this and that, and I'm like, I don't know. But ultimately I feel like if you came and you was gonna be there for your mother, and what's the word? Support your mother, then why in the hell did you come if you was just gonna be rude to her? And I just feel like, just in the case of Corey, anything could happen. Your mama could die over here, and you wanted to say I told you so. And so she got up, she got sad, she said she wished she had the maturity to understand. And I'm like, I don't know. Cause I don't know. I just know, I understand that I feel sad if my mama, especially since it was just me and my mama, I understand I feel sad if he wanted to go to another country to be with a man. But I want to know the man, and I want to see what's going on. And knowing me, I'd probably move my ass to Qatar. The fuck? Knowing me, I'd probably do it. Oh, where you going? Oh, okay. Well, I'll be there. What you mean? I'll be there. Don't worry about it. I'll be there. Like, anyway, um, Liam says I told her in the beginning it would be me or him, and apparently she chose him. So she gets up and leaves. Laura says obviously Liam resented Aladdin before he even met him. So Aladdin is outside dancing, getting his groove on. He goes to see what Laura's doing. Laura's like, Liam won't come. Aladdin is like, why? You don't you want to be happy for your mama? Boom, boom, boom. Aladdin is like, well, you need to hurry up, get dressed. They waiting on you. And she's like, can you not attack me? I've already been attacked by my child. I don't need you to attack me as well. Um, he says maybe tomorrow I'll have a man-to-man talk with him, and she says I would love that. And then they go out and they start dancing. That's the end of the scene. She hopes that Aladdin will be able to give Liam another chance. I don't know. I feel like Liam and Laura should talk, and they should have like a real deep conversation. Tell me how you feel, tell me, and then I'll tell you how I feel, and you know, and we can do it like that. Anyway, now it's a lot of word on the streets, okay, going around for Jenny and Submit, okay. And one of the word on the streets is that, now see, it seems like everything that they said was a word on the street came true. The word on the street was that Submit was married. Okay, came true. Word on the street was that Submit wasn't married the entire time that they were dating, just like in the last couple of years. Came true. So I'm like, shit, these word on the streets must be real. Another word on the street is that Jenny knew, or Jenny knows that he's married. And I'm like, shit, that might be a word on the street as well, because, honestly. But Jenny, oh, and then I was on Reddit, because Reddit give you all of the information, y'all. When I tell you Reddit gives you all the information, all of it. I was on Reddit, and some person was like, ain't no joke with this polygamy thing up in India. They gonna put his ass in jail. They gonna put his ass in jail. Him going on this national television show talking about I won't be with Jenny, but I'm married and all this shit. That's gonna get him put in jail. Okay. And also, there's a rumor that Jenny tried to shop her story to Catfish first. Catfish didn't bite, so then she went to TLC. So I'm like, I don't know, y'all. Anyway, so, bro, I immediately started to crack up because I feel sorry for Jenny, but I need to know if she knew. Because if she knew, then all of the stuff that I had for Jenny is gone. Okay. Jenny is standing by herself in the opening scene, when they all like this. She's standing alone like this. And I'm like, oh, hell no. The producers received a frantic call from Jenny, so they took the first flight. And I'm like, the producers don't be there? Like, I was really confused when they said. Anyway, okay, so this is what happened. I was like, of course cameras weren't there. Of course. You know how primetime TV gold this would be if cameras were there? That's why Pedro and Chantel got their own show, because he kicked that shit off the table. And when Chantel stood up and said, "Did you just call me a bitch? I will not be disrespected like this tonight, you bitch ass slut ass whore. Good night." When she said that and he kicked that shit off the table, they gave them a show. So if they had seen this, Jenny and Submit would have had their own reality show. I bet. My American girl and wife. I'm sorry. Anyway, so Submit came and he was doing some stuff early in the morning. He received a call. He looked down at the phone. He said, "Oh my goodness." She said, "What's wrong?" He said, "Lock the door." He goes outside. She locked the door. Couple minutes later, somebody was knock. Hello? She answered the door. The man says, "Hi, Jenny." She said, "Hello." He said, "I see you know my son-in-law." She said, "Excuse me?" That man said, "This man is married to my daughter." And then they walked in. She said they've been married for 2 years. Okay, 2, not 1, but 2. Submit's father-in-law came in, sat on the couch, said, "Well, Jenny, everybody on their way. My family, his family, the animals, my co-workers, his family's co-workers, third cousins, fourth cousins, twice removed cousins, everybody coming over, and his wife. They all." So she ran in the bedroom because she was like, "I'm scared." Okay, so she done ran her ass in the bedroom because she didn't know what was gonna happen. She hear that, okay? So she run outside, and all of his family is out there, okay? All his family is out there, and his wife was out there, his mama is out there. He's out in the room like this, like fighting. His cousin trying to hold him back. She tried to pull him into the room with her. His mother looked at her like, "Bitch," and snatched him. His mother threw his shrine on the floor. I don't know what shrine. I'm like, is this religious? A religious shrine? Cause she mad. She said, we ain't. You got God up in here, but God ain't in here. Okay, no. No false idols, cause you doing something wrong. How you up here worshiping God and you sleeping with a whole other woman? We ain't gonna do that. So she threw the shrine on the floor and broke it. Oh Lord Jesus. They asked him, do he love Jenny? He said, yes, I love Jenny in front of everybody. They said, okay, put his ass in jail. And they looked at Jenny and said, you going to jail too. Jenny said, I didn't know he was married. How can I go to jail? And I didn't know that he was married. Well, boo boo. Anyway, she said that the father-in-law took his ID, took his passport, and then they dragged that nigga out there, and she ain't seen him since. She says she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know where to go from here. I know where to go from here. Back to America. Okay? That's all. Anyway, so she goes to the cyber cafe and tells her daughter. She said, and I know the man behind her was listening, because I would have been listening too. Got a wife. Whole family. Gots to be more careful. Anyway, Jenny tells her daughter said he has a what? A wife. So that nigga lied in my damn face and said that he didn't have a wife. Cut your damn losses and come home. She says, I don't know what I'm going to do. And that's how it ends. Then we see the little preview of Submit looking down, talking about, I know that I hurt everyone and that I lied a lot, but I want to be with Jenny. I don't want to be, I'd rather be in jail than to be married. Well, you should have told that to her, because it seemed like you got your ass whooped. Could you imagine somebody's whole family coming in there saying, oh no? Do you know that? Anyway, I'm done. It's almost 30 minutes of me talking, so I'm done. If you all like this review, you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Everything else you need to know about me will be down below. My name is Brielle. I make beats. I sing songs. If you like what you see,